Can I explain a little bit about it?
Yes, we're looking for the, well, it'll probably be a 2021 or 2022 Ford F-350 truck. What we're looking for is to replace the current one that we have. Most people see it driving around town. It's a 2008 Ford F-350 pickup truck. Mainly it's color blue that we have now. As I know, I have had submitted in with my paperwork all the repairs that we've done to that vehicle just within the past year alone. I believe is over $7,000 just to do upkeep on it. The frame, of course, is in pretty rough shape, even though we did a lot of sanding and some welding and repairs over this past year and had valley welding do some. It's really beyond a lot of its serviceable life for that, especially as a sanding truck and plow truck. So what we're looking for is a new vehicle that would be used as a sand truck, a plow truck during the winter time, would have toolboxes built right in so that it could be used to do maintenance on a daily basis as well. Without having to go back to a shop all the time for tools, we can keep that pretty well stocked up. I think pretty much everything is listed in there with the way that we need it to
We got it. Anybody here have any questions? Committee? Hold on. It's on it, isn't it? Lifespan,
I'm sorry, what was that?
how long you figure it's gonna last?
Well, we would hope that would be anywhere between 15 to 20 years if it's kept up right. The biggest thing would be, of course, cleaning it out and maintaining it from all the salt and road debris that we use. Again, the current one is a 2008 that we're replacing.
Else have any other questions? Yeah, I saw that. Okay. You know, we need a motion to. For a second? Okay, all in favor? All right, we're all set, Jeremy.
All right, thank you very much, gentlemen, for your time this evening. I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
You're done talking. Okay, leave it right on.
Okay, we're all set.
That was Joe, who, second. Rob. Thank you.
Highway department is next.
We'll move on to Albert Sharkey's.
Yeah, go to well, no problem. Mhm. Good afternoon.
Hey, everybody, how are you doing?
Good. All right, we're reviewing everything here and you're looking for a new vehicle. Correct?
Yep.
One thing
Sorry.
at a time, the vehicle first.
Okay, so do you want me to just explain it a little bit? Did you want me to explain that?
Go ahead.
Okay, so this is the same vehicle. We try to replace one cruiser each year, one of our marked cruisers, one of our main ones. Generally speaking, they they go about a 5-year lifespan. Generally speaking, they're a frontline vehicle for about 3 years. So we would be looking to purchase a new marked hybrid. And we were told by a member of the Green Communities that we would have to do the hybrid to keep the town in compliance with the Green Communities grant. They had given us a year or two's worth of kind of dispensation on not purchasing a hybrid, but we were told that this year that's not going to happen anymore. So we didn't provide you with any other options than the hybrid. So the cost of that, after what we expect to get for the trade, is $54,613. That includes the purchase of the vehicle and then the installation of all the miscellaneous equipment, the lights, the siren, the nonsense that goes in it.
What is everybody, any questions, anybody? No questions? Motion? We gotta make a motion. All right, motion made and seconded. Favor? Opposed? And all set on that. The next question is this. Communication system. I think that was approved last year, but there wasn't enough money for it or something. We'll have to reapply. Reapply? No, we already approved of it, so it's just a matter of getting the money, getting it back on. That's it. Do we have any more?
Chief, did you make any changes to the radio system request from last year's request?
Chris, the only well, there's a couple changes and maybe a couple of things that the committee should know about. First of all, we did reduce the number of portable radios to try to get the cost down for this. You'll see the cost went up because we waited a year, and I understand completely. We had some tough decisions as a town to make last year, and while I may not have been happy about them, I wasn't the one making them. So that's that was a tough decision to make. I understand it. However, when we wait to do these things, there's a cost, just like building a building. If you build it this year, it costs A. If you build it next year, it costs A plus 10%. So that's one of the big changes you'll see there. I should also tell you that we applied for a assistance to firefighters grant that might help pay for it down the road. However, because we have no way of knowing whether or not we're going to get that funding, we would ask that the proposal that we put forward be approved as is. And then if we were to get that funding, the project would actually be, our current perspective would be to improve the project, and it would still be a lesser cost to the town than what we're asking for.
But everything looks like it's been approved, so we're all set with that.
Can I ask a quick question? The audio is really in and out. Can you just tell me when you made the motion about the vehicle? I couldn't hear what the motion was. Could you let me know what that? I know it was approved, but I don't know what it was.
Yes,
Okay, so it was approved.
yes, it was approved.
Okay, great. And this project?
This was approved at last meeting.
Okay, so
We don't really need to discuss it, all we can do is try and get the funding again this year first. All right,
I'm sorry, I didn't understand that. Could you repeat that? There's a wicked echo.
no, I said it was approved last year, and they didn't have, the funding wasn't there. Oh, I didn't know, you can hear me.
Don't need to raise your.
Okay. So everything's under control with that one.
Because they approved the radio system last year, they're just allowing it to go forward, hoping that we can find a way of funding it this year. Okay.
Awesome.
because
Great.
you really don't changes, explain whatever you made. So that's good enough for them. They don't. need to revote.
Thanks, Chris. I appreciate that. Thank you all very much. Any other questions for me?
You're welcome. Hmm?
Chief, happy retirement.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Mhm. Okay, we're all set. Mhm. You retire.
Right after charter dates.
Yeah. Maybe. Wishful thinking.
Well, Mr. Chair, while we're waiting for David, do you want to address the Council on Aging's request for event?
Council on Aging is looking for
You read it already. They're looking for a handicap van.
they can put in more people. We're getting more and more calls for that. And, I think the price seems to be reasonable. You saw all the pictures in there and everything. Have any questions, anybody? That's a good question. I would imagine.
Joe, to answer your question on that, because it exceeds 8,500 pounds, it's automatically exempt.
Any other questions? I hear a motion. Dave.
Vice President of the school, Ellie Gordon, Adam King.
Dave, we move on. Fire department, anybody, any or something? Not yet. Chris, the school. Yeah, we gotta wait anyway.
Adam, are you here for your presentation?
Yeah, I'm here, Chris.
Why don't you go ahead? We're going to move you up because we're waiting for DeRozier to log in and the fire department has logged in.
Okay, hold on one second. I'm trying to get my camera to switch over. All right. Good evening, everybody.
Hi.
So Chris, I had asked Carol and then Steve and Allie also to be on just in case there are any questions that I couldn't answer. So Allie's on right now. Steve and Carol are going to join us, but we certainly don't have to wait. We can move forward. So you guys let me know. We have 3 requests. I'm not sure which one you guys have first up.
Listen,
Why don't you do the first one first, Adam?
Oh my goodness.
Sorry, which one was that? I couldn't hear you guys.
Why don't you do the first one?
the truck,
The truck? Sure.
please.
So we're looking to replace our second, and older maintenance truck. It's about 15 years old. We'd like to replace it with a 2021 F-350, with a plow, similar to the one we have now and similar to the one that, Jeremy currently has. We haven't put too much work into the truck we want to replace. However, we started this year to put some money in there. We had to, the gas tank fell off while we were plowing earlier this winter, so we had to get that put back on. We had to replace the hydraulic pump in the snow plow. That went down in the middle of a snowstorm. And again, it's 15 years old, so we're trying to be a little proactive and replace that truck before we have to put a significant amount of money into repairing it. So we're asking if we can replace that with a new 2021 F-350.
Anybody have any questions on that vehicle? No? One of the old one up there. Yep. Nope. Have a second? Second. All in favor? Motion passes. That one.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, the next thing is, I see you have a lot of replacements to be done, almost $4 million. Under the current circumstances with this COVID-19 and everything, I think I would ask for a priority out of all of this stuff. What would be your priority first? So we could take it from there. The reason
Yeah, so the
I'm
next
asking is the chances of getting it passed would be better than what you told me, we're gonna do $4 million.
Yeah, so the HVAC, the $4.4 million is to replace the HVACs, and we're certainly aware at the school that this is a pretty hefty ask for the town, but we also wanted to include it, obviously, to make everyone aware that we are in need at the high school. Obviously, it's an older building, and with all of these engineering studies that we had done during COVID, it was pretty evident that the current system we have is just not sufficient enough to fight a virus like this if it happened in the future again. So the proposal that was given to you at the 4.4 million, that is the I'm going to say cheapest version, and that would be a one-to-one replacement of univents with updated controls in the high school. Again, that's the lowest cost that we brought forward to the committee, and that would be, again, one-to-one replacements of all the univents in the high school.
Do you have any questions?
Yeah, I have a question. How many events is this replacing?
So I'm gonna say all of it, Joe. The exact number I can get it for you. It'd be replacing all of the univents, and I can certainly follow up and get you the total number.
Okay, and if you were to cut that into sections, would the mobility is 493,000?
I'm sorry, so you broke up a little bit. I didn't catch all of that.
If you were to cut this into doing a one wing at a time, would the cost be more remobilization from the contractor?
I mean, it could be. This was kind of a last minute thing that we tried to put together for the capital, for the capital committee. So this was a really quick estimate that we got done by a couple different vendors. It's really, to be honest with you, they're really high level numbers, just because we were under somewhat of a time crunch to get this submitted. I can certainly follow up with them and see if, we were able to break it out into different phases, how the cost would be broken down. Did that answer your question? I hope that answered your question.
It did.
Okay, thank you.
Again, Mr. Chairman, I have to exempt myself from voting on this one because there might be a possible conflict of interest.
Anybody have any other discussion? Awesome. How much is it for? I lost a couple. Oh, I got it. Sorry, Steve. Okay. All right. Motion.
Can you hear me now?
4,493,300. Second. Okay. Any other discussion? All in favor? All at once.
You're looking at the wrong one, Wayne. Oh,
Motion made and seconded. Any other discussion? All in favor?
thank you.
All right, all in favor? Again, motion made and passes. $4,493,300. Replacement and updated controls of the unit generators. I think that's all there is. Oh, yeah, that's sorry about that. I just said it and screwed around right I got it. Phase 1, phase 2. Phase 3. Out of it, is there a priority out of this phase 1, phase?
When we put it together, we tried to kind of keep some of the work in the phases, similar. Allie, our athletic director, is on, and if she wants to jump on and kind of give you guys some insight, she can. I don't know if there's priority. Again, we tried to kind of group this in a logical way on maybe highest need. Obviously, the focus on phase 1 would be the gym, bleachers, floor. You do see there is an HVAC component in there, and obviously that cost would be reduced if we went ahead and updated the HVAC separately, so that could also reduce the cost. Allie, I don't know if you're on, if you want to jump on and kind of break it down for them. While she's trying to get on, so phase 1, yeah. So phase 1 is kind of the main parts of the gym. So you can see the HVAC, bleacher removal, new bleacher install, flooring, painting, a new gym divider, and some miscellaneous costs and a contingency built in there that was calculated by the vendor who came up with the estimates. Phase two, obviously, you guys can see the two Romney bathrooms.
Hey, Mom.
I'm sorry, was there a question? I couldn't hear if it was a question or.
He can't hear you. There's too much.
So I guess quickly,
Adam, this is Chris, okay?
hey,
The question is, you had a four-phase repair replacement for the gymnasium, boys and girls locker room.
yep,
You have a priority out of all those four items.
I would say phase one, Chris, would be the priority. Chris, phase one, I would say would be the priority because it hits the main, the main portion of the gym. So I would say phase one would be the priority.
So phase 2, 3, and 4 could be delayed to future 1 or 2 years down the line.
Correct. Yep. Correct. And I believe we broke it.
Yeah, I got a question. Hey, Adam, this is Rob Shogan. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. Yep.
Hey, the bleacher removal for 30,000 and change, and the bleacher install for 60,000. Was that to remove the old and install a brand new bleacher system?
Correct. Yes.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
That's a cheap, Hey, Adam, one more question on the bleacher. Is that a metal bleacher?
That's a good question, Allie. I'm not sure if you heard that, if you're on. I'm not sure, Rob, what the replacement would be. I can certainly, if Allie can't answer that, I can certainly get that answer for you.
All right, thanks.
Adam, the new bleachers would be the plastic ones that you see in several gymnasiums.
Rob, are you able to hear that? Allie said they'd be the plastic ones, the modern, updated ones you see in a lot of the new gyms these days.
I think Alan was trying to explain something possibly.
I can't hear him at all. Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye. Motion passes for phase one for $566,000 and fees $2. We're pretty well wrapped up on this thing, aren't we? There's no more, right? We're all set.
Awesome. Thank you guys very much.
Excuse me. Well, okay, David. I got a question.
You're up, David.
Hang on there. Right?
Can you hear me? Is the mic working okay?
Yes, we can hear you, David.
Hmm? Okay, you wanna explain what you're looking for the John Deere?
The loader,
Yes.
it's just coming up on age as far as replacement, trying to be proactive before we have a lot of problems with broken hoses, hydraulic oil spills all over the place. We've had a couple of already broken lines and spilling hydraulic oil. It can get very expensive for municipalities with the cleanups. We had our old vac truck, it cost us almost $10,000 just to clean up one catch basin where we had a spill a few years back.
You need a new tractor also to go along with it, right?
The Vector, no, we've got an updated one. We're okay there.
Oh, okay.
But the loader is just coming up on about the same age of the last one when we replaced the last one.
Anybody have any questions?
David, the question was, how many hours is on that loader now?
I would have checked this afternoon. It's probably 8,000-9,000 maybe. I could get back to you on the exact hours. It wasn't on the request. I thought it, what was the number that I put on the capital request? There should have been hours on it. My guess it would be about 500 hours more than what the hours on that sheet that you have.
Mhm.
No, you didn't put any hours on here, David. All you had was the total cost. How many times, how often it's used on a yearly basis?
I can get that for you.
Anybody have any questions regarding the tractor? I mean, the loader?
David, Tom Russo here. Are
Yeah,
we
Tom.
going to trade the older John Deere or put it out to municipal bid and then keep the military one as the backup? Is that your plan?
My plan would be to do the opposite of that. And the reason being is we have all kind of attachments that go on the John Deere. I'd like to keep that as a backup, and the John Deere is much quicker going down the road for going intersection to intersection. That's what we use the military loader for, is in heavy snow years when we go clean intersections, we'll put 2 loaders out. And it just takes the newer technology, as you know, Tom, goes much quicker down the road. It travels much faster and much safer than the older stuff. So I would do it the opposite. I would trade the military and keep the other one as a backup for heavy winters.
I don't know too much about how can we tell that? Say it again, to Microsoft. Just right there. Go ahead. Are we allowed to sell or trade the military equipment? I don't know the legality on that.
I believe the program that we got that military under is not fire service, and that it does allow us to take ownership and sell it and take whatever. It's not under that fire service program where it has to be returned to the military.
Tom says, thank you, David.
Any other questions on this? Wait for motion. Motion. Here a second.
Dave? Can't hear the question. You'd like to go.
Hey, Dave, this is John. Wayne's making a suggestion or a motion that we trade in the John Deere and not the military one, because you said about the possibility of hose leakage and mitigation of spill. Can you speak on that a little?
Sure. The military loader is older and has a higher probability of spills, but what's nice about the newer John, the current loader that we have all kind of attachments. We can drop a bucket quickly. One man doesn't even take two people. All from the cab of the loader, he can go and hook up to a plow instead of a bucket. So if it's better for plowing, he can hook up to a plow and go plowing. He can hook up to a bucket if he's got to move and carry. It just gives us a lot more flexibility in many operations, not only winter, but in summer as well. We've got boom, we've got a fork attachment, we've got all kind of stuff that can quickly change, whereas the military loader is just a bucket and that's all we have.
Other questions? No? Mayor? Mm-hmm. So anybody have any other questions? You got a motion on the floor to, what was it? Start again, Ryan. What did you say? Excuse me. What was it? The motion. Oh.
Wayne will make a motion because he's not traded.
Oh, okay. Motion made.
I make the motion that we approve the $206,000 John Deere 624P 2021. And I think we should trade in the military surplus. That's the motion I'm gonna make. Because, well, like Dave was saying, he has all the attachments for the John Deere, and it's a backup. And if we have two John Deeres, we're gonna stay with the John Deeres and not multiple. Okay.
Motion was made. Is there a second? Okay, motion made and second. Any other discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Okay, David.
He has a prep.
Yeah. Right here, oh, the other. Down there, 2 years old. What is, this is to replace. Yeah. John Deere tractor, age 22 years old. Any questions on it? Have a question?
Did we solicit any bids from All Power at all? I'd like to get some competitive pricing on this, and my own personal feeling is I would like to try and do this as much locally as possible. Business over there probably pays a tremendous amount of taxes and probably has a payroll of over $500,000 he puts back into the local economy. Did we solicit a bid from him or not? Or do you think it's best not to, or what?
I didn't hear all of that.
David, what he's asking is, did we approach All Power to get a bid on the tractor versus going down to Connecticut and getting a bid?
At this point, no. I have solicited bids from All Power in the past. We bought the wide area mower from them and a few other pieces. We've had some issues with service on them, and I just found that what was formerly Stanton Brothers down in Connecticut was much more responsive as far as getting back to me on pricing and things like that. On the final bid, it would go out and it'd probably be under a state bid, whether some different manufacturers give it to the local dealer anyway. I don't know how this would work, but we'd be buying it probably off the state bid.
Any other questions? Motion? Motion?
Comment motion. Approve the tractor. John Deere buy utility tractor for $46,825.
All right, made any second?
Another page.
It's another page.
Yes, but that other price includes the tax. The town doesn't pay its tax,
No.
then the 6,052 brings it back to 40. It says here selling 46,825 and 6,000.
Oh, the 5,000. That's the tax. Yeah.
David, do you have a form in front of you by chance?
I don't have any information in front of me. I didn't grab the files when I left the office today, but I know I left a little cushion on both of those machines because both dealers told me that there were some big increases coming in costs of steel and machine price increases. So there is cushion in there. I would say just leave the numbers on the high side for now. And in whatever the bids come in, it'll probably be under those numbers.
We have a motion on the floor? Oh, I didn't get a second. You gotta change the motion
I second the motion.
for 53,000. Right? Is there any further discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. All set, David.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Chief Chewinski, you're up now.
Listen, you're gonna add loader, that's just a fact. Loader down there, that's really some stuff.
Good evening, gentlemen. Chief Chewinski here. I've requested funding for a new pickup truck for the fire department. This would replace car 2, which is coming up on 13, 14 years old, and certainly could use replacement. It's rusting out, and it's a vehicle that's used pretty much daily by either the duty officer of the day and or the on-call officer at night. My request is for a crew cab pickup truck with a cap on it so that we could secure equipment in the back of the truck. Currently, the Tahoe that we use has no separation. All the equipment is in the back of the car. If that car were to stop short or, God forbid, roll over or anything, all of that equipment would come flying forward, hit the driver. So I'd like to kind of separate the equipment from the driver. And then what I'd also like to do is make sure that we've got a good, safe vehicle so people can go back and forth to the fire academy with it and, just do general all-around duties around town.
Do I have any questions? No?
Chief. Don, can I ask a question?
Yes, go ahead.
Chief, you mentioned that this vehicle will be used to go back and forth to the fire academy?
Correct. For students that would take classes, if we need to, if the students need to bring their turnout gear with them and any other equipment, self-contained breathing apparatus, it would be roomy enough that equipment could get put in the back and they would have room to sit up front.
Everybody get that?
See what they replaced. I make the motion to approve approximately $60,000 for a half-ton crew cab truck for the fire department.
All right. Any second? Motion's been made. Any second? Okay. Motion made and seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor? Okay. Opposed? All set, Chief.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. Appreciate your help tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. Motion. Yeah, motion to adjourn. Okay. All right, made and seconded. All right, motion made and seconded. All in favor? Opposed?
This conference is no longer being recorded.